Hola and bienvenidos everybody, my name is NittPicc, and if you don't know who I am a music educator and a flutist who really enjoys music. And if this is your first time here on BAND-MAID Sunday, welcome in! Today we're going to be listening to Moratorium from their Just Bring It album. I did get the question of like, why aren't you reacting to the Zepp Tokyo? So I actually did this on Patreon. I kind of made a small explanation as to why I'm like avoiding it is because I discovered that there's some channels that have videos like ripped from DVDs. I'm not going to tell them that what they're doing is wrong. I'm not saying that it's wrong, but as a musician who, when I perform, I would like to be paid for my work. I feel like the ethical part of that is kind of like, it's kind of towing a line there. It's great that that person wants to give that to the world, because in the grand scheme of things, like, yeah, the whole world should know of these amazing performances, but if they really do like something, it should be purchased, right? And if I did own that DVD, I think I'd feel a little less like bad about it. I wanted to make sure that I was doing right by the band and make sure that I'm not stepping over any toes. And I would hate for like BAND-MAID to see my channel and then be like, hey, she's reacting to something that was off of something that we created and is to be sold. You see, if you can understand what I mean. I honestly would want their blessing first and then maybe the blessing of the community. But yeah, like that's the reason why. It's not because I don't want to. Trust me. I want to see it live. But we're gonna stick with this first, and then like if for some weird reason I get the blessing of the maids, then I'll do it. But I think it might be a cold day before that happens. So yeah, anyway. So ethics aside, let's jump right into this because I'm excited to hear it. Okay, before we go on, so the beautiful part about reacting to album versions is that I don't have a visual distraction. Now, do I not mind a visual distraction? Not at all, especially when it comes to the maids. But what I do like is I can actually like really tune into what I can hear. If you see me looking down, all I'm doing is I'm taking notes. I always have a journal here to take notes. So right at the beginning, we have this out of the gate drum beat and that riff. I'm trying to think of how to describe it other than being epic. But there's got to be a better word for it. I love the rhythm of the riff. If I'm right, it's like da -dee -da -dee -da -dee -dee -dee. It's got one like longer pitch in the middle that kind of catches you off guard, and it kind of puts you in this like sense of suspension before there's a release in that tension. But hear me out. All of that in the beginning. Do, 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 da, da, da. All of that is rhythmically together, and I love it. It's all unison. And excuse me, who's whispering to me? Is that Miku? Ma'am. Excuse me? Sorry. Ooh, the use of double bass. Ooh, that's hard. This is cool. Interjection, response, into the chorus. You can just sense that. Hey. This second time around is so good. And I was told this a lot before I recorded this, before I was told to react to this, that Moratorium was possibly one of the most loved songs by BAND-MAID. And I was like, if you asked me what my favorite song is, I would have more than one favorite, right? I don't know how to pick a favorite because my easily excited self has a really hard time picking anything. Anything makes me excited and happy. So, but this, I can understand why, if that's the case, because in music, there is a rule we live by, and it's do not let your music stay the same or sound the same if it is the same. Like if you have a similar pattern. And anything that is pop music, okay, has the same pattern, right? It has verse, chorus, it has a bridge, verse, chorus, you're done. And like, we're not saying that, I'm not going to say that BAND-MAID doesn't adhere to that, because they do, but how they do it, how they approach it is exactly how you're supposed to do it. They took that verse chorus from the beginning, did it again, but changed a lot of things. So musically, so you're not bored listening to it. I was immediately like, whoa, like, okay, Akane doing something different. And then Misa, that was great bass playing. Like, I'm going to go back. I don't know how far, but like the dropout of guitar and then adding it all back in and then we get this more quote unquote noises from the guitar. The riff comes back. Ooh! That bass, baby! Get it, girl! And then we return material, and it's okay to have the chorus be the same. It brings your listeners back to the party. Okay, no, before we go on, there's two things we got to talk about. What happened over here? I wrote the timestamp. I didn't write anything else, but then the other thing that just happened. I forgot to mention this. In the beginning, where Saiki is singing with Akane's snare drum beats, I have to throw this in there. That's extremely hard because they're singing on the upbeat, so it's the te. So what I mean by that is, like, if you were to tap your foot to music, okay, when you go down, up, this is one te. The upbeat is when your foot is up. So then you get one te, two te, three te, four te. So imagine trying to sing words on an upbeat at a fast tempo. Te, 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 te. That's not easy, but I had to throw that in there. Anyway, I'm going to go back to 220 because now I don't remember what I heard that I was like, oh, the halftime. The halftime. Excuse me? That halftime, that switch up, they took the bridge and was just like, nah, we're going to make that verse, chorus, but we're going to make that bridge almost like it wasn't part of the song, but it is because it's in the same key, but we're just going to make it, it's hard, but it goes hard. Oh, that's slow, like, That halftime feel, baby! Hey! Yeah! You can, like... Ain't no business, ma'am. Ma'am! Kanami comes in with her solo. She's already working with that riff that we already have, and then she comes in with this solo that's just like, oh yeah, let me just do more. And what's cool is you hear the rise and fall, but you also hear her doing these repeated pattern at the end. She's obviously outlining chords, but the way she's outlining it is just different than what I would have expected. And it makes the solo really cool. Like, it makes it really neat to just listen to and take it all in at, like, well, in this case, not face value, but like ear value for me. There's just a lot. Like, it's not long. It's like she's teasing you a little bit. She's just like, it's not long, but like, there's gonna be more. Just keep listening. Also, I stopped here, but this is the section. That slight electronic synthetic backing with vocals. Hi-hat on the te. Get it, Saiki. Sorry, it wanted to jump to commercial and I'm not going to let it. So, this is interesting. She ended Psyche. I'm talking about Psyche. It doesn't end. So what I mean by that, if I were to play a scale, this happens to everybody and it's kind of a funny thing to kind of discuss. When we think about music, music has chords, progressions, all those kinds of things, notes. They all have a direction they're going. And what's neat is what happened here at the end is an experience that all of us have had before, when like your friend turns a song off before it actually ends. So like if I were to sing a scale to you, like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, and I guarantee you right there, you were like, do, finish the damn scale. You should feel that way. You should feel a little uncomfortable. Psyche does that at the end. I just want you to hear that, because we should hear ba, 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 da, ba, 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 da, ba, 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 da. It's not the end of a phrase. So we should hear that da dee da da da. And Psyche doesn't let it end. Because I want to hear that da 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 da. We don't get that. She purposely leaves it unfinished, which is interesting because if you think about it, could it be possible that they're trying to tell you that no matter how much you think we're done, there's always going to be more? So they want you coming back, right? That's, I don't know, that's me probably reading into it too much, but that's really, really cool. Also, where emphasis lie in the rhythm, that do got do got do got do got, and then all of a sudden when they get to the chorus, 1 2 3 2 3 everything's like ta one. Musically, it's great. Like musically, there's so much to talk about, and I felt like I talked about that a lot. But rhythmically, this song is extremely scrumptious. There's so many changes in feel and perception that it draws in the listener a lot. I understand why everyone would love this song a lot. I get it. I totally get it. Somebody needs to make like artwork of BAND-MAID that has Cap'n Crunch style artwork of the maids on the front, and it just has to say like, remember that time when they came out with Oops All Berries? It needs to be Oops All Bangers. Just a thought. But anyway, this was great. I would like to continue the conversation about music, and the reason why, I want you to tell me what I missed. I want you to talk to me about why is this one of the most beloved songs of BAND-MAID. And hear me out, we're all adults here. If this is not your favorite BAND-MAID song, that's okay. Comment why. Let's talk about that. Let's discuss it. And no, don't be mean to each other. No reason to be. This is what this is about. It's education. It's not to demean someone. So let's get into that. All right. If you liked what you saw today, please like and subscribe. If you really want to check out some extra stuff, like for instance, I just recorded for my Patreon channel, Unleash, both the music video and the live music video, and that's on my Patreon, so you can go check that out there. And there's a bunch of other extra content as well. Those links are down in the description below. I had a great time. I hope you're having a wonderful BAND-MAID Sunday, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.